Hello, knife enthusiasts. This is your host, Mattisfaction, and today I have a new one from Krudo Knives. This is my first one by them. Here's the box. It's a very fancy box. When what you carry matters. It must be their logo. KrudoKnives.com. Today's beverage of choice is wild cherry sparkling water. Yeah, sparkling water. It's pretty good. It tastes better when it's cold. But let's get into this. Let's open it. Come on. Come on now. Alright. Here's a little booklet. I've already opened this. Disclaimer. I wanted to check it out. You know, just talking about using it, a warranty type deal. We don't need to worry about that. But here is what we're here for. This guy right here. This is the Krudo Karsino10. And what first caught my eye was this little logo. I saw it on the pivot. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I don't know what it is, so then I started doing some research. Come on, camera, don't be messing with me right now. Thank you. But yeah, I saw that. I thought that was pretty cool. But this is the Karsino10, and it's kind of a beefy, heavier knife. In fact, we'll weigh it before we even do anything. Let's see, what are we at? We're on grams. We'll just stick with grams. 164 grams. Now for all you ounces people, 5.8 ounces. There we go. So it's kind of heavy. It's a bit beefy. There it is, open. Excuse me. That was rude. That sparkling water. Whew. But it's kind of like a drop point Tonto. It looks pretty cool. I like the blade shape on this thing. It's, I don't want to say aggressive. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. But it's just like a swooping Tonto. But it's going to give it some nice slicing action. And this thing's on stainless steel bearings. And they claim that they have 4 openings, but we'll get into that after we run through some of this. So we got a stainless steel body with black G10 inserts, and it's got some texture to it, so it's pretty grippy. And the way they carve out the finger grooves, it feels really comfortable in your hand. You definitely got that spot for the index finger, and then the other 4, and then this, I forgot what they call it, like a thumb wheel, but it gives it a nice place to put your thumb. Feels really good right there for all your slicing. If you want to cut, you know, you can rest your thumb there if you want, but it just feels really good. And I like that they have a nice little copper backspacer here. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. They could have just stuck with a G10 or even just a stainless steel, but they chose copper. And what's cool about copper is after a while, this is going to start to get a nice patina to it, and it's going to look really good. And if you don't want to use the thumb plate there, there's jimping here if you want to keep your hand back here. But, I mean, that feels pretty good. And then the flipper acts like a little finger guard. And it's a frame lock. Here's your pocket clip. It is reversible, but only tip up. So you have your flipper. The thumb disc, when you're in your pocket, it kind of acts like an Emerson wave. So it'll catch your pocket and then pull it out real fast, and then it deploys. And then you have a front flipper, which I am not good at, but There you go. And then the last one. I don't know if it's something with this one in particular, but I cannot do a thumb deployment. And I think what it has to do is the detent here. There's a ball, you can see it right there. And that kind of locks the blade in. So the blade is locked in there. And I think maybe, because that ball sits in a bowl, and I think maybe that bowl got drilled too deep, but like the flipping action could be better, but I feel it get, you know, hung up there. So I think it might just be stuck in there, and that could be all of them or this one. I don't know, but I cannot do a thumb deployment. It just won't. And when I pull on it, you have to really tug on it. You can hear it. It gets stuck right there. So like I said, I don't know if that's all of them or just this one. I'm going to do a bit more research into it. I just got this thing yesterday. So I oiled it. I used my little oil bottle. This stuff works really good. It's gun oil, but I mostly bought this for this tip right here. That lets you get really into the pivot area. Puts the oil right where you want it. Now, this knife was $103, and the blade steel is 9CR13 or 9CR18 MOV. And I know some of you are like, "What? Why would you spend that much money on 9CR?" And you know what? I honestly struggled with this a little bit. I promised myself I would never become a steel snob, and I started discovering that I was becoming one. You know, like anything less than S35, I don't want none of it. But I don't know. I think if you like a knife, it's pleasing to your eyes, and you're just like, you know what? I need to have it. I say go for it. This knife, it's just as good. You know what? Let's slice a little something. I mean, it cuts paper. Most people are going to use a knife like this just for boxes, envelopes, just everyday stuff. But you know what? People can be steel snobs. That's cool. That's your choice. But me, I decided I'm not going to. You know what? All steel has its place. And 9CR18 is, you know, like 440 stainless steel. And that's pretty good. And I just decided I needed it. It looks cool. That little logo right there, that's what got me. Come on. I mean, that just looks cool right there. Looks angry, but that's the Krudo logo. It just looks cool. And if you don't want to have this because of the steel, they do have an upgraded one, which costs, I think, around $250, and that has S35. But it's called the Karsino10 BA, which I think you can guess what that stands for. But this one, I just like it. The thumb stud feels comfortable. Holding it feels comfortable. The pocket clip does not get in the way. On the upgraded one, the pocket clip is actually recessed into the handle. So this one kind of sticks out a little bit. But on the upgraded one, it's going to be inside, so you're just going to have like that little bit sticking out. But it's a really good pocket clip, nice and springy, nice and tight. I don't think you'd have to worry about it coming out. They skeletonize the inside, so cut down on some of that weight. I mean, it's still pretty heavy. Inside, there's a little plate on the frame lock that stops it from going too far, so you won't overextend it. Which I think that's a nice feature some knives have, because I've had a few where I went, whoop, oops. So I think it's kind of nice to have that little block there. But you know what? This knife has 4 different openers. It's $103. It looks cool, to me anyway. Your opinion could be different. But I really like this one. I like the blade shape. Little swooping tanto or drop point tanto. I think it's pretty cool. You get a nice big lanyard hole. I don't like it when they put just a little tiny circle. This one's got a nice one there. But this is the Karsino10. If you have one, let me know. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm curious about everyone's opinions. Is it the steel that gets you, or is it just the way it looks? This one comes from China. So, I mean, that's going to affect some people's decision. But to me, it's just a pretty cool knife. I like it. I kind of want to check out the other Krudo knives. Maybe get this one in the upgraded version in the future. Not now. My wish list is way too big. But yeah, so let me know what you got. And I'll catch you next time. Thank you.